Hi everyone, thanks again for joining me for this week's Soulmate Oracle reading. Okay, first things first, I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers and to my current subscribers, to all of you who are watching me, wherever you're watching me, on whatever platform. I'm posting these videos both on YouTube and on Facebook. Wherever you're getting them, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. It means a lot to me that you all reach out to me all the time with your comments and questions and whatever you have to give me. I want to hear it. I mean, this is the thing. I give these readings because they're not coming from me, but they're actually coming from the divine, and they're messages from the angels, from the spirit guides, from wherever we have to take these messages and use them to our highest good. And not to tell anybody what to do, but actually to help everyone empower their lives and use them to their highest good, because I use these readings as well. Also, I watch other videos, my own videos as well, because there's sometimes a message that will come through. It may not resonate with me right then and there, and I say this again and again, that it's good to sometimes come back to a reading video just so that you can see exactly what that was, that message that you've gotten previously, although you may not remember it. But there's going to be something that's going to come through that you may have overlooked and say, wow, how did I not catch that? This is how the messages work. You get signs, you get messages. How the divine brings them out, it's just the way destiny has it for us, and we have to take it for whatever comes in front of us and use it to our highest good. Now, this reading video, if you're just landing on it and it doesn't match up to the dates that's in the description area and to a lot of the things that I'm going to be talking about in this reading, as far as the time period, because we are into spring. Well, some of us are feeling spring weather in parts of the world, and some of us are still waiting, like I'm in Ohio. It's slowly coming through. Okay, so enough about the weather. What I do want to say is that when you land on this video, it is a message directly to you, and like I said, take what resonates with you and just leave whatever doesn't, and revisit if you'd like, or write these down. And you can also go over your notes. That's what I do all the time. I'm a big supporter on writing things down, journaling them, planning things out, putting things together. I have several planners and journals that I use in order for me to focus on what I need to do for the future, because that's the way it goes. Okay, so we are coming to the full moon. Okay, I'm recording this on a Saturday, but it's going to be a full moon on the 29th, which is tomorrow, which is a Sunday. I always release my videos a day in advance from the date that I originally put that on, just to start the week. I also post them sometimes on Sunday, but I like to give everybody a head start. So no matter where you're watching this video, it is a message that has been given to you, and use it to your highest good, like I've always said. Okay, so we are coming to the full moon. I just don't want to lose my train of thought. The full moon is going to be in Scorpio, which is on the 29th, and my husband's birthday, by the way. And it's a special time, because with the full moon represents a lot of deep intensity that kind of like stirs people up a little bit. A lot of people get excited, get a little nervous. A lot of things can happen during a full moon, and it happens every month, sometimes twice a month. But when it happens, when we're embracing something in our lives, we tend to intensify that energy. Or if we're feeling anxiety, we tend to use all that energy, excess energy we have, into the anxiety type of feeling that we may be carrying around with us. And this is a good time not to allow that to happen. The Scorpio sun is a very emotional sign. I am also a Scorpio, and that's why I have to say, just try to taper it down. Try not to allow your energy get the best of you. Okay, so the cards that I used were the very beautiful Whispers of Love Oracle cards. As you can see, very beautiful, by Angela Hartfield, and the artwork again is by Josephine Wall. And I hope you guys can see the difference in the lighting. I just got a new light for my camera, and it seems like it's going to be better, at least for the artwork and for things to show. I had this big huge ring light in my previous videos, and it was very difficult to see the cards clearly. So let's see how this works. This is the first time I'm using it. Okay, so the first card that I pulled, okay, look at your pattern in relationships. And as you can see, this beautiful woman is looking at the pattern in her relationships. Let's see if we can see that. Colors are beautiful. It's a brand new deck, by the way. And as she's looking, she's reviewing. She's reviewing everything that has happened. There were some things that it looks like she's not too pleased about, and there looks like there's some things that she's just reviewing, because that's how we grow. That's how we evolve. So we can move forward. And as the card says, look at your pattern in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. Okay, I know a lot of ego-based energy can be saying, well, there's nothing wrong with me. There's always something wrong with that person. And this represents a lot to do with the divine masculine as well, because the divine masculine is going to say, listen, I can't take this anymore. I am not going to be a puppet anymore. I have to speak up for what I'm believing in, what I feel. And that's where you have to look at your previous pattern in your relationship. Maybe you're not focusing enough on what is telling you inside that you need to stop doing something. Maybe there is something that you've been racing with, something that you've been holding on to, something that you are just going too fast. You're not allowing yourself to evolve. You're not allowing your relationship to grow. Now, like I've always said, I don't try to go towards one particular type of relationship. Maybe you are in a relationship, maybe you're broken apart from a relationship, maybe you're getting back together with someone, or maybe you don't even have a relationship, or you could be in a relationship that's rocky. So please understand that I'm going to try to generalize it as much as I can in the best way possible so that you can get the most out of this reading. Okay, so looking at your pattern in this relationship, maybe this relationship hasn't been really smooth sailing for a while, and we've been seeing that throughout the previous readings, that it's time to start looking back and start focusing on what you need to do in order for you to find something in your relationship. Maybe she's not hearing you because you're always putting out too much negativity, or he's not hearing you because you're not really looking at what's truly happening here, because two wrongs don't make a right. If you are shouting, if you are getting all upset about things, and maybe this person did something in the past and is trying to make good for it, or maybe this person said some things that never completely healed inside of you. You have to look at the relationships. That's what this card is telling you, in order for you to examine what it is that you're doing wrong. Or if you're looking at, how come I can't find that particular love relationship, that soulmate, that divine partner that everyone else seems to have? And listen, not everybody has one, not everybody has met their divine partner, so don't go looking at other people or comparing. I've always said this as well, because you have to look at what is inside of you right now. That's what this card is telling you at this time. And I strongly suggest that you go backwards a little bit. I mean, not backwards literally, but go back in time and look at the relationship. Maybe you were not yourself. Maybe you didn't really portray the real person you are. Maybe the person that you are deep inside, that person never got, that person you were dating never got who you were, and you never was your true authentic self. Sometimes it's a little bit of an alteration of what I need to do for me and what I need to do in order to make a relationship work. Okay, so it also could represent that there is somebody that you're trying to reconcile with. You need to find this person. You're saying, I need to get back with this person. I'm following this person, but this person is not following me back, or this person is not responding me, or this person blocked me because they don't want to talk to me. I can't do this anymore, because that is you trying too hard. That is you not looking at what you're doing. Maybe it's time to just sit back and just look at what you're doing at the moment, because this pattern is not working. Because when you're reconciling with someone, if you're trying to get back together with someone, the one thing you have to remember, you can't force it. If it's going to reconcile, so be it. If it's not, move on. These are the messages that are coming through. I'm not telling you that you need to move on. I'm not telling you that you need to hang in there. This is all something that is coming to you. Like I said before, I get a lot of questions of, what does this mean for me? And actually, this is a reading that's generalized for everyone. So whatever comes to your mind, whatever you're getting from it, watch the full reading so that you can get the messages, because they're going to pertain in some way to you that you will understand it. And it's just not coming from one card. Remember that. One card is not going to tell you everything, okay? So it's just basically going into what the Divine Masculine is telling you, and the Divine Masculine is saying, look at the pattern in your relationships. There is something that is not going in a forward direction. This is why you could be having all these certain types of challenges, okay? So let's go to the next card. Slow down. Oh, very beautiful card. I love the way they look in this light. I mean, it's beautiful. I could see like there's something in the background. It looks like there's like little fish swimming around her, and you can see a castle and the candle burning. That flame is burning. She has beautiful hair that goes into a maze, and as you can see, that maze, she's dreaming, and as you can see that there's a beautiful couple inside that maze. That's very pretty. I'm just examining these cards. They're just so beautiful. I've looked at them dozens of times, but I love the artwork, as I said before. Okay, so as this card is telling you, slow down. When you are excited, you get ahead of yourself. Take some time to allow things to unfold. Maybe you're going too fast in this relationship. Maybe this relationship is not the way it's supposed to be going. I mean, you're focusing on too much. Maybe looking at, you just got into a new relationship and it feels like you are in heaven with this person, or you got back together with this person. You're going ahead of yourself. You may be looking at, oh, maybe this means marriage. Maybe this means a family. Maybe this means commitment. Yes, those things are wonderful. And yes, ultimately, that's our goal. But sometimes we have to take the baby steps before we can get there. And I know it's difficult to not look at, I know it's difficult to look at a relationship to just be basic and just on the surface because we want more. But how about slowing down? And maybe it's time for you to look at yourself. Maybe it's time to find yourself, find the balance inside of you, the love that you have inside of you, because if you're going too fast, this can intimidate someone. I mean, yeah, it does create some kind of like fear, because we all have fear. It's an emotion. And now that the full moon is here, it's a full moon that is intensifying those emotions. You don't want to make that person feel like, oh, are they looking for marriage? Are they looking for a child? Are they looking to seal the deal, so to speak? I mean, that is wonderful, but in due time, you have to take it slow. Slowing down, not going over yourself, not overwhelming yourself, but not overwhelming that person. Because many times I see when people go, couples, I should say, go too fast, you are going too fast, you're going to actually scare yourself. Where you can actually say, oh gosh, this is not what I signed up for. This is not the relationship that I want. And then you automatically look at all those things that maybe you've held back prior to this relationship, and maybe you forgot about it. Because a good relationship takes time. A good relationship, a solid one, will take time. No matter what you're doing in your relationship, you have to slow down. You have to look at for what is in front of you as this person comes into your life, or if this person isn't in your life and you're waiting for this person, but you keep calling or texting or nudging them in any type of way and you're not getting any response. This is a time to slow it down. Take some time out to reflect on yourself. With this full moon, it could be intensifying, like I said before. But guess what? You're on the path with finding yourself and evolving spiritually. You can't do this all overnight. You can't do this inside a week. It takes time. And no, we don't know actual time with time frames on anything because we have free will. And I've always said this before, no one can actually predict how long you need to slow down. No one can actually predict how long a transition is going to take, or a challenge that you're facing, when is it going to finally come to an end? Because you have to focus on yourself. You have to focus on what you need. Everybody needs to work on themselves, and we talked about this before. Working on yourself, mind, body, and spirit. Yes, all three. Working on your mind, getting yourself organized, very important. Knowing what you're doing, plan it all out. We're over Mercury retrograde, so this is a perfect time to start making your plans for the spring, summer, or fall, winter. Wherever you're at, you need to start looking at those things, because that's what we do. I mean, that's what we like to do. We like to get organized. Some of the times we don't get those things done, and that's okay, because we are focusing, we are evolving, because we're growing. We're not in a standstill. You have to get excited. You have to get motivated. How do you get motivated? Well, whatever raises your vibration. And I've always said, raising your vibration is the key with every single relationship. If you're raising your vibration, guess what? You're actually sending a signal to other people. Other people can see this. Just like if you were in a crowded room and your vibration has been lifted through the roof, okay? People around you, if they're negative, if they're positive, if they need a little encouragement, they're going to be drawn towards you. It's an energy. You know, like the way energy works? This is the way our vibration works. We can sense it from each other, and you don't have to be empathic to see a beautiful smile, glowing face on someone. I mean, yes, sometimes people can put a damper on things and say, oh, why are they so happy? Why are they so positive? Because you worked on yourself. Maybe they're thinking about these things, and you need to be an encouragement for them. However that is, I mean, I don't want to go into the message about bringing up other people, but when you do this for yourself, you're actually sending the right signals to your divine partner. The divine partner needs to feel this. If your divine partner is in your life, is currently separated, or you haven't met your divine partner, your divine soulmate, your twin flame, you need to start. You need to start raising yourself up. And I'm not telling you, I'm just advising you. And I know I sometimes sound a little firmer in my voice because I get so excited myself. And I just know so much that is helping you to come together in a divine union. And that's why you have to focus on what is truth, the love you have in your heart. Okay, so let's go to the next card. Have patience. Alrighty. This is a beautiful card. I mean, they're all beautiful, but I just think this one is very special. And you could see this woman or this young child in this beautiful lily flower. And she's just looking into the water. I love water. It ignites energy. And there's so much beyond all of this water. There's a new world outside that water. There's so much more beyond it that you can see. I don't know if you can see the small little details, but there's a castle, there's houses, there's a village. It's actually a village beneath her. And above her is beautiful water fountains. And I love the colors. Oh, they're just so beautiful. And as she's looking through all of this, she knows it's not going to happen all at once. She knows that she's getting divine guidance from somewhere to look through all of these things. And maybe she has to grow up. Maybe she's still young inside of her, that her youth needs to mature in order for her to gain all of this. The only way she can do this, because she's mature, I mean, you can see that she is mature, because she is the way she is looking through everything. She needs patience. Love is patient and kind. Always. Yes, it is. It is always kind. It is always patient. It's everything. Love is the center of us. It is the center of our energy. It is the center of our heart. It is the center of what makes us whole in our lives. And I know you hear a lot about, oh, I need to love myself and I need to embrace the love in my heart. And you hear this all the time, because I hear this from my clients. I hear this from people all the time. When I tell them you need to love yourself, they say, I already know that. And then they seem to be negative. This is the thing. If you truly love yourself, we can have the emotions that bring us down. We can have the emotions that kind of like agitate us, just like sometimes we just get worked up for no reason. It happens to me. I get it. I understand. And I push it away. Because once you understand why you're getting all of this, it's coming from an emotion. It's coming from ego. We are all the same. But if you're not loving yourself, you can't escape that feeling. I'm serious. Because you can also call in other negative feelings. And negative feelings seem to be contagious. I mean, we can watch the news. I mean, I don't watch the news. I don't like watching things that tell me about what's going on in the world so much. I mean, I do look at occasional things just to know what is happening, but I don't want to get into a news program and really listen to what they say, because it's going to bother me. It really is. My solar plexus just seems to like cringe. I cringe. It's like, oh, I can't take it. My solar plexus just seems to, I don't know, get off balance for some reason, and my heart chakra, and my heart is broken because I don't want to hear negativity, because that's all it is. When we hear negative energy from other people, when we are at work and you hear your coworker constantly complaining, constantly being like the glass is half empty all the time, even when that glass is half full and you know it, but they can actually bring this negative feeling on you, and especially if they're gossiping about someone because they like to see other people fail, and you're like, wait a minute, I don't want to see that person fail. I like that person, or I feel sorry for that person. Kindly just walk away. Don't even engage. Don't even go there, because that is going to take away the love that you're feeling. It's going to take away the emotional energy that you can have with love from the divine. And you know what? That steals your joy. Because when we get automatically caught up with what's happening in a world sense, we're looking at things not with spirit eyes. We can't see things in like more of a higher level. We can't raise our vibration. How do you raise your vibration? You need patience. You need to focus. You need to love yourself, because that's where I find if we have all these things, we are patient. When you love something, when you love God, I know a lot of you are religious and some of you are not, and I'm not going into religion, but loving God, loving a higher power, loving what is in your heart, because that's the center of it. Everybody has their own way of believing, and you have to embrace it, because that's where the love is coming from. Your energy right now needs this love. Your energy right now needs this love to feed upon, because that's the only way you can raise your vibration. I strongly suggest raising your vibration on whatever makes you feel good. Now, I can give you some suggestions, and you can use them, and or maybe understand, it could resonate with you and say, you know what, this is what I need to do. I know Anne is what she's talking about. I'm going to be doing this. I raise my vibration every single morning. I work out, I exercise, because it helps me to release just a feeling that I may have accumulated the day before. I like to just do some type of vigorous exercise, if it's weights, if it's cardio, or if it's just going for a walk, because I love trees, I love nature. It makes me feel happy. Well, when it's nice outside, and I know we're going to have some warm days coming up soon. I'm very optimistic and positive. But what you want to do is not look at things like saying to yourself, waking up in the morning and look at things and say, oh great, another day, okay, the same thing over and over again. No, because that's not growing. You're actually kind of like collecting dust. What do we do when we see dust? Oh, we need to dust. We need to take it away. We need to clean it out. The same thing goes with our energy source. If we don't raise our vibration every morning, just like sometimes we need a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or just something what we use to get ourselves going in the morning, you have to use it. Sometimes we need to, we're forced to, and sometimes we don't have to. But everybody is different. When you raise your vibration, you're going to feel much more at ease about things, like you're able to take things on and be more in charge, and kind of like recharging your batteries. I talk about this all the time. Also, the sun can have some effects. It can make you feel happy. It makes you feel positive. I go out, and I try to. When it's sunny outside, I always go out in the sun. When it's even cold outside, I'll put my jacket on. I will just go out in the sun, close my eyes, and just embrace the feeling of the sun, because it does empower you in some type of way. It also gives you vitamins. You need to do things what makes you feel good, and I can't like tell you exactly what that may be. Some people like to get the massage. Some people like to get a little bit more of an energy of yoga or relaxation, or just simple just watching TV. I mean, whatever makes you feel good, you need to embrace that. Going out, maybe someplace different. I like to explore. That's something I really, really love to do. I look for wherever I can, even if it's not even near me. I like to dream. I actually look at things that are far away from me, not near me, and saying, you know what, I'm going to put this in a planner and say, I'm going to do this. I am going to make it happen for me one day. And you know what? It'll happen. I've done that many years with different places. France was always my top of the list, and guess what? I got there. I mean, you have places, you can be going into a beautiful area that you've never explored. I suggest that you start doing things. This will help you raise your vibration. And I know having the patience for people in general sometimes can overrun you. Having the patience with someone that is not listening to you. Here we go again. This person is just doing it again. This person is not listening to me. I don't have the patience. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to disconnect. I'm going to just break it off. That's where you have to have the patience. Maybe this person was going through something and you cut this person off. It could be not even a love relationship. It could be a friend. Somebody that was very close to you in your life, and all of a sudden it all changed. And that's where I suggest that you look at what is causing the root of all of this. Is this you, or is this ego, or is this just because you lost your patience with this person? Changing things up, taking a step back. I always say, slow down. Like I said in this previous card, slow down. Look at what's happening, even in the relationships that you need to look at. Maybe it's not looking at love relationships, maybe it's the relationships in general. Maybe the people that are your so-called circle of friends. Are they very much into gossiping? Are they very much into being around themselves? And we call them a lot of times, maybe they have like a self-centered way of thinking about things, that they're not really looking at your feelings, and they're doing things or saying things to you that they don't realize that they're actually hurting you. Maybe it's a time to just look at the pattern of these types of relationships and take a step back. There's other people that can actually be the friend that you're looking for, whatever that may be. Like I said, this is a message I'm picking up right now that is coming through to someone, or maybe you understand this so well that you can talk to someone that you know that has been going through this. Okay, so let's go to the last card. Okay. Rest and relaxation is essential. And as you can see, this is another beautiful card with dolphins swimming. These dolphins are swimming deep inside the ocean, and there's a man here. I know this is a very important man. This is a very deep, important man that he's watching over. Something is happening with this woman that is resting. She's actually dreaming. She's dreaming of something more beyond the sea, beyond the water, beyond everything that's around her, because guess what? She started relaxing. She started to see things differently. And as you can see, it says, rest and relaxation is essential. We all have fundamental need to take breaks. And that is so true. I have to say, when there's a time when I'm feeling like overwhelmed, and yes, I do a lot of things in a day. I can't say exactly what my day is going to be like because there is so many variety of things that I'm doing. But if I don't take a breather, and if I don't rest and just say, you know what, it's time for me to reflect, and I make time for myself, I actually do it. I mean, I will take an hour at least for myself per day. If that's meditating, that's exercise, I try to put as much time as I can for myself. It's a treat for myself when I can actually feel like I'm embracing something around me, something love, something, the feeling of joy. I can actually recharge my batteries. Just like I said, having the love in your heart, if you're not slowing down and taking time out for yourself, you're not going to attract the love. You're not going to bring that person back into your life. I feel like there's somebody separated, and this person needs to understand that there's so much you can do in one day. If you're trying to get the attention of this person, to let this person know you're sorry, you didn't mean the things you said, you didn't mean the things that happened, or maybe that person, you're waiting for an apology. Whatever it may be, you will know. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you need to slow down with trying so hard, being hard on yourself, putting the pressure on yourself, because for one, you're not looking at the true heart of the matter, because there's always two sides of a story, for one, and ego is going to say to you, no, I'm right, they're wrong. 2, it's time to stop putting that pressure and stress on yourself and saying they need to listen to me. If they don't listen to me, it's never going to happen and I need to get through to them. Feeling like if it's up to you to make this relationship happen, and if you don't make it happen, if you don't text that person, if you don't keep that relationship solid, well, it's not a relationship really to keep together, first of all, because you're the one that's carrying all of the burdens. You're the one that's carrying everything upon yourself. You're making that person feel like they don't have to do anything, and maybe they don't want to talk or they don't want to communicate, or maybe that's why they're blocking, because they feel you have the upper hand, or maybe they feel like you're not getting through in a way where they understand you so well. Everybody is different, and I'm not pinning this on anyone. It's up to you to just take a step back. Take a step back, because guess what? You will see how strong your relationship is when you do take a step back. This could be a relationship that it's time to move on, okay? Sometimes we have to do these things just for the time being to see what it was that kept us with that person. Maybe it's just ego. Maybe it's just because that person is not listening to me, I need this person in my life. We can do that too. We cling on to ego. And you've been with that person for so long. I mean, everybody is different, or that person is just not seeing it the way it should be and needs time to sort through some things. I mean, everybody has issues. We all deal with issues on a daily basis, but we move on from them. We acknowledge and we move on. Maybe this is not the season for you and this person to get back together, or to reconcile, or to see things. Maybe it's time for you to be silent and this person to be silent, away from one another, just so that you both can reflect on each other. I'm getting a lot of messages that it's time to love yourself and raise your vibrations up, along with relaxing, resting. Like we talked about last week, about going on that vacation and celebrating, facing those fears. This is all coming to a head that we need to stop looking at ourselves so negatively. We do all the time. We kind of like, we are so hard on ourselves. I just can't tell you how hard we are on ourselves, because it's ego, and it's because of when something doesn't happen right, we automatically turn to, oh, I should have done this, and maybe you're saying it a little bit differently than I am, but whatever it is, try something a little different. Say, oh, well, maybe this wasn't the time and place for it. Well, I'm just going to release and surrender. I'm going to let it go. I'm just going to let it pass and just forget about it. And you know what? Probably like 10 seconds later, you might just forget about it, and it was just a passing energy that you didn't allow take over you. Because when you allow it to take over, it kind of like dwells, and it's like it brings anger, it brings depression, it brings all of these negative feelings that you're going to take with you, and you're going to send it off to everybody around you. Your vibration is completely low. It's time to lift the vibration. It's time to look at yourself positively. And the best way to do that, I mean, I talk about affirmations, but the best way to do that is to love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, truly love yourself, you're not going to say those positive affirmations truthfully every day. You're going to just be saying some words. You're just going to be reading these words out loud, or reading them to yourself, or just looking at them. Take some deep breaths, meditate. Very, very important to help love yourself, because naturally when we come into this world, we come in with love. We have the love. It's the stuff that happens afterwards that we take with us as we grow up, and that love kind of like is still there, but we just have to look for it a little bit longer. And that's why we talk about working on ourselves. That's the only way a twin flame relationship can work. Now, when you're in a divine partner, soulmate, whatever type of soul bond relationship you're in, and that person is not coming to your level, it's because maybe there's something that you're not doing, and that's the love that you have, because you're not loving yourself first. Because they can do a lot of things to you, but you can also reflect the love that you have to help them with whatever they're going through. Because we help each other. This is an energy exchange, just like this reading is. It's an energy exchange that I am giving to you all. I am sending my love, I'm sending my light to everyone who is watching this video, so that you can take these messages that are coming from the divine, not from me, and take them to use to your highest good, to empower your life, to make yourself feel like you have the love in your heart, that you can do this, because I know you can, because we're all the same. And the energy that is exchanged is because when you feel it, well, guess what? I feel it. I mean, we can feel it from each other. This is going from around the world, everywhere, wherever this social media or YouTube, Facebook platform can be shown. You are getting it, and I want you to get it. I want you to feel the love. I want everybody to have peace inside their heart, because that's what we all need to do in order to find our divine soulmate, that we want to have and cherish the love in our hearts with that person to share our lives as much as we can. Because this is where it's at. This is where we're at right now with ourselves. Okay, so I hope you found this reading helpful. I hope it resonated with you. I know I went into a lot of different areas besides what the cards were saying, because when there's a message coming through, I can't hold back. And especially because we're coming into a full moon, I'm getting them like constantly. It's a good time to get a reading. It's a good time to meditate. It's a good time to get a Reiki treatment, or any type of spiritual treatment that you get on a routine basis, to get a massage, whatever it may be. It's going to help you find your true center. And that's where it all starts. Okay? So take with what you need, what resonates with you, and whatever doesn't, just, that's okay. I mean, if you know someone also that it may resonate with them as well, however you want to share it, send it, email it, text it, whatever. It's basically getting the message out there to them. And if you're not subscribed to me already, I really hope you can, because I do release these videos on a weekly basis. I do plan on releasing more videos, like I've mentioned before, but my time is so limited. And the links will be down below in the description area. Also, if you're interested in getting your own personalized reading, I do have all the links down in the description area where you can book either a phone, chat, or email reading. And if you have any questions, you can also send me a question through the comments area, and I will get to them as soon as I can. Also, check out my other Facebook or YouTube videos, because I do have many other Q&A, spiritual connection, soulmate, twin flame, reading videos that you may find very helpful on your soul journey. Okay. Also, if you like this video, please give me the thumbs up. And I think that's about it. So until next time, peace and love. God bless you all. Namaste.